What is up, fellow rejects? Today, I will listen. I'm not I know I'm not old enough to vote, but I feel like the election I will be voting in is 2032. That will be the first election I'll be voting in because I graduate in 2030. So I have a feeling I should probably know this stuff. In 5 years, I'll have to vote, right? Yeah, 5 years. No, not 5 years. In 7, yeah. How should the government provide healthcare for citizens? Yeah. What level of taxation do you believe the best funds cut taxes, maintain moderate taxes, and yeah, implement high taxes? How important is environmental regulation to you? Adopt sensible regulations. Now I'm just a minor, so I probably don't know much, but I know some. Strengthen environmental protections alongside social programs. Enforce strictest regulations to combat climate change. Limit regulation to prevent. Remove most. Yeah, that one. I think that's the right one. For me, at least. What approach should the government take toward national defense spending? Invest heavily. In the military, especially. How much responsibility should society take for supporting vulnerable populations? Encourage private charities and local communities to assist rather than the government. Provide targeted support, balance, expand social safety, minimize welfare. That one, yeah. What role should the government play in regulating businesses? Enforce regulations that protect workers and consumers' proactivity. Use moderate regulations that foster fair competition and innovation. Impose strict eco-regulations to ensure sustainable business practices. Remove most business regulations to enable maximum freedom. Limit to allow businesses to drive economic. Limit regulations to allow businesses. Yeah. How do you individualize freedom versus collective safety? Yeah. What stance should immigration policy create? Moderate. Offer pathways to citizenship. Yeah, I want people to come here. It's fun. I like meeting new people, so I think they all should come here and enjoy life. I think it should be a right to come here, not a privilege. That's my. I think it should be a right, not a privilege. How should education funding be managed? Vouchers and minimal public funding to encourage private blend public funding. Fully. What is your view on social welfare programs? Expand welfare to reduce inequality. I know I'm not talking on this, but for the school one, I think we should fund more. Because what my state's governor is doing is he's defunding public schools. And also getting rid of Native American rights. But he stopped doing that recently. Well, the school part. What is your view on social welfare programs? Expand welfare programs to reduce inequality and support communities. Integrate welfare support with sustainable agriculture and community gardens. I think we should reduce inequality. That's nice. How strictly should voting access laws be enforced? Personally, I want everyone to vote. Well, as long as you got a green card, I think you should be able to vote. I think this is the right one. What level of government action is appropriate for climate? What level of government actions is appropriate for climate change? Encourage. I'm acting like I know what that says. Reject major government action, favoring market-driven solutions. Yeah, clean energy. How do you think LGBTQ plus should be legislated? This is a controversial topic. On one hand, I think people should just stay their gender, but on the other hand, I think it's okay for people to like each other the same gender. I just think people should stay their same exact gender and not switch over. I support. I'm saying that I'm not hating on the trans. I'm just like I recommend that they should, like, in a way that's not transphobic in a way. Like I support all of them. I just don't want I just want people to just stay who they are. Well, people can like each other. Like, it's a natural human right to like people. How do you think LGBTQ rights should be legislated? Yeah, anti-discrimination laws. Everyone should be equal. What is the perspective on gun control laws? Remove most guns. I don't really care, man. It's too easy for like a middle schooler to get a gun. Or like, how should abortion? Restrict abortion. I don't really think. Listen, I know it's controversial, but I don't really think abortion should be there. Like, if you can't have the baby, I think there's a thing like I think one of my family members was talking about you can like transfer your baby to another woman. I said the government should like cover that, or like you could just have a C-section. They knock you out, and it's way less painful. If you think about it, just a thought. And also, plus, don't kill them. There's tons of families that can't have children that want children. You know, if you think about it that way, you know. What sense should trade policy adopt? Focus on trade, on sustainable goods and ethical supply chains. Promote fair trade agreement that protects workers. How much questions are there? Okay, that's all. What stance do you think to trade policy? I think we should just trade with everyone, you know? Promote fair trade, yeah. I want the fair trade. How proactive should the government be in economic stimulus during downturns? Approve large-scale stimulus to support workforce and social services. Implement green stimulus. I think we should support the workforce, like, largely, because they're good people just trying to make a living. My priority should be given to privacy versus security. I think we should seek protect civil liberties. Yeah. How would you balance renewable and traditional energy sources? Continue using traditional energy with cautious renewable investments, or leave energy choices to the market. Demand. Yeah. Progressive Democrat. Well, lads, you strongly believe in social justice, and I guess I'm a progressive Democrat. Now, guys, this does not mean. Now, listen, I do lean a little bit left. I am going to admit that. I'm not biased, though. I will not, like, tell you to vote for anyone. I am a fair human, and all of us are allowed to have opinions. But some of us, everyone should be allowed to have opinions. It's a free country. I'm not going to be mad at some red pill person for being like, yada, 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 this. I'm not going to be mad at anyone for doing that. It's their opinion. At the end of the day, if they want to do that, other people cannot like that opinion. But in my eyes, I think everyone should have their own opinions. Alright, well, I think this is going to be a part series with 3 parts, because I am unbelievably right now. I'll see you all later. And I hope you enjoy the video as much as I'm about to, and